tapped us.
That plan Wolfred mentioned. I just want you to know, I don't know what he means. We're here because we're going to be free again. We won't be living out our days as exiles. That's the only plan as far as I'm concerned. There's always a catch, right? We'll see what Wolfred has to say. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. No matter what, we're getting closer thanks to you. Once more, you look toward the heavens. Seek now your destination. To the stars. It's more north. Big blue. Ooh. Solian, the golden star. Its golden star shines bright over the highest mountain and all the downside. So now you see it for yourself. You are summoned to the north where looms Mount Alodio, and at the very top, the fall of Solium. Mount Alodiel, the sacred mountain on whose summit the rites were first conceived. Whether its summit is the downside's closest point to the Commonwealth or the farthest, none can say. According to the stars, the next rite shall soon commence here. The temple at the highest point in the downside exists to honor the 8 scribes. You confirms the stars indicated this exactly. Wolfred, sir, how did you know? Wolfred smiles back at him, but you sense his thoughts as though he is directing them at you.
I too can read, my kin.
I'm nervous.
Forbidden though the words may be.
He turns back to Hedwyn.
Grande libro d'artes.
Your reader skills, while rare, are not unique. But as I said, I'll let them do the job. I see that you have something special going here, which benefits the plan. What plan? I thought this was about our freedom. Oh, fear not, my boy. It is indeed. Plenty of time to tell you all about it on the way. For now, however, you look like you can use some rest, and for that matter, so can I, if you'll excuse me. You sense your companions are exhausted from their recent travels. Given the road ahead, you agree it would be best to take the night to recover as much as possible. Nobody wants to talk. But I am gonna go change Sir Gilman's talisman, just cause, yeah, this one just ain't for me. We'll put that on you temporarily. At dawn, Wolfred is already up. He reveals to you a pathway through the woods into the cold lands to the north, beyond which lies your next destination. Sklorian Shore. You have not yet been to this region of the downside. Wolfred revealed this to be one path through the woods into the north. Sklorian Shore. It's so pretty here. I don't know, this might be my new favorite map, or area. You get clear of the woods at last, and arrive in lands grown cold in the shadow of Mount Alodiel. You will have to make it all the way to the top. In a moment of respite, Wolfred calls everyone together to discuss matters pertaining to the rites and the plan to which he alluded. You banded together with a common faith that freedom from the downside is not impossible. Am I correct? But let me ask you something. What does freedom even mean to you? He looks in your direction as he asks, defying you to answer. You cannot sense his own thoughts on the subject and only know the truth of how you feel. What does freedom mean to you? I do like that freedom means not being forced into responding to such questions. He said to not reveal, unless I was misunderstanding to say to not reveal him, but he said, did he not say not to reveal himself to you, so would remaining silent be the correct thing? But I'm not entirely sure any of these answers encapsulate. I'm gonna remain silent because that's what I want to do. Your thoughts on freedom are your own. You hold Wolfred's gaze, but do not answer him. You feel the tension growing, but at last he breaks the silence on his own.
Con veritas.
So, freedom means you can defy me, is that it? Well, I suppose it does. Or perhaps you haven't spared the subject any real thought, or you don't know what you think I wish to hear. No matter. I pose the question to get you to think. He then turns his attention to the whole group.
Na libra desertus.
Now, let me tell you all what freedom means to me.
Ma libra narum saroshe.
Oh, I almost answered that one. Freedom means to live life without fear. That was that one. That was a good. That was an answer that I liked, but it doesn't quite encapsulate the idea of freedom to me, or it doesn't fully encapsulate. To be able to indulge one's curiosities and passions, at least the ones that cause no harm to others, without the constant threat of judgment and reprisal. Freedom means not being made a criminal for what you know or whom you love, or what you choose to think or not think. He looks out toward the distant mountains. Within the next few days, your time in exile could come to an end. You could see the Commonwealth once more. And you would be exalted there, given the highest honor, the opposite of how you got here. But you would not be truly free, I think. At the least, you would become complicit to an ancient system that would deign to cast down others such as you. It is a system whose well-intentioned founding principles have long been lost, and the 8 scribes, if they are out there still, have made quite clear they shall not intervene firsthand. That is where you come in. He turns to you and everyone again, looking to each of you. Long have I wished to gather such a group, that together you might see that seeking freedom only for yourselves is too modest of a goal. You share a higher calling now. The plan then is this. We free each other from the downside through the rites, then we meet up on the other side. We organize. Each new moon at dusk, we join together at the Spiral Sanctum. We need as many of us there as possible. My agents on the other side shall explain the rest. Spiral Sanctum, the burned-down remains of the old capital of the Commonwealth. The remains stand as a warning to those who would seek to spread forbidden knowledge. You're plotting a revolt. Just so? I'm asking a lot. You do have other options. Deceit, however, is not one of them. The reader and myself, you know by now that we can see through it. But you need not be part of this, nor is it my interest to coerce you. You may go your own way if you wish. Live out your remaining days here like so many others. So if anyone among you prefers that, if you cannot see yourself continuing to strive together in the Commonwealth as you are doing here, then speak now. Fulford pauses for a time, examining each member of the group. No one stirs. Very good. Some of you consider yourself friends, some others not. But all of you are bound together through the rites and are integral to our plan. Remember that. You seek true freedom. You will not find it waiting for you in the Commonwealth. But together you can bring it about, both for yourselves and others. That is my promise. Then he lets out a long breath. That's it. I ask you all to think on this, and let's reconvene along our journey to the summit. Wolfred turns toward the mountains, leaving you to consider what he said and plot the wagon's northward path. Where path, Wolfred indicates this is the only way to reach the base of Mount Elodiel. Beyond lies Mount Elodiel. I suggest we make camp here at the base of the mountain, for we shall need our spirits and our strength to make the ascent. Beyond our crystal seeks Ray. What brings you to me this time, my dear reader? The crest of her scribe trial. I'm always prepared to cut your idiots and their egos down to size. Who shall it be? You ask Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Ray. I must admit, I do sense something from that one. I once had a wild heart myself, quite like our own. We shall see if there's more to her than that. Let us bring her forth. Soon Ray arrives in heat of the summons. The scribes! I think that if I listen carefully, that I can hear them calling out to me. The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, girl. The place where you reside at present has but a single rule, which is you answer to me here. Wow, okay, I will. Such naive enthusiasm. Now be silent. It is plain to me that you have much to learn as yet about the rites, but you have learned something, and I would see you prove it. Without the benefit of anyone, save for your reader. I'm okay. Are you out there to help me with this reader? Oh, yeah, class, you shaking your feathers? Ooh! Oh, crap. An impish boy. Oh, he got me. Okay. Oh, it got me again. Okay. Yeah, I can't do that. Are there two imps on the team? Whoa, cripes. I'm actually gonna lose this trial. I wonder if I can throw. Okay. Why? He mocks me. Oh gosh, I walked right into it. No! How did that hit me? That's so unfair. I just don't have... he just walked right in. I can't get back in time. I'm actually gonna lose this. Oh, did I win by the skin of my teeth? By pure luck? Was the computer being nice to me? Oh, fighting against imps is really difficult. Okay, how did I do? How did I do? I must admit that you did better than I expected, girl. You have passed this trial of yours. Some congratulations are in order to you and also to your lovely reader. Now farewell. Oh, cripes. I did not realize Tizo was such a nightmare to go against. Lord. Did I imagine all of that, reader? Because I hope I didn't? Wow, what is that you have there? Received Kalimer's anklet for completing the Ray's trial. After Ray casts her aura, it can bounce off objects and solid surfaces. That's nice. Let's just go slap that on her real quick. Whee! Okay. Somebody wants to talk to me. Wolfred. There you are, my kin. There's something which I want to discuss with you in private. Wolfred stares at you rather intently as if reaching out to you, and then... He is a long-standing exile of the Nightwings who seeks more than his own freemen. You do know what it means to be a reader. Those such as we are not limited to reading pages from a book. But your ability in this, I sense, is nascent still. Mere flashes, uncontrollable. I see as well now that they haven't told you yet. You're friends. And that explains a lot. They haven't told you readers such as you cannot go free. I had wondered why you would insist on pressing onward with this group in light of this. The answer then was plain. You simply did not know or fully realize. They did not deceive you, by the way. There's no reason they would know themselves other than Tariq, who shall not influence your thinking in such matters. Rather, I had expected when at first we met that you already knew the truth of this from having read the passage in the Book of Rites which states it plain. Only those who shall conduct the rites firsthand shall walk the path toward enlightenment and become eligible to regain their freedom. Perhaps you have not gotten to that part just yet. Wilfred breaks free from you and looks at you again, then he speaks to you as normal.
Narum care saste.
It is plain that you are not in adequate condition to conduct the rites, and this group values you as reader. I wish only to ensure you understand what you are getting into here. Despite whatever hopes and dreams and promises might have been shared, I do not think the rites can help you to return, if that is what you had in mind. So once again, I invite you to depart, and I will see to it that you are compensated. Do not misunderstand. If it is your wish to remain, then you are welcome. But this journey we are on, it has no guarantees, not for you nor any one of us. Do you understand? Wilfred indicates that readers such as you cannot go free through the rites. I'm gonna say I understand. There's more at stake here. You understand the words of warning, yet just the same you choose to carry on. There is more that you wish to achieve on this journey than freedom for yourself. I admire that, my kin. And very well. You know that we have much at stake here in this way anyway. Much more than just a shot at going back into the Commonwealth, which cast us down here to begin with. It sounds like you intend to stick around. Then we'll have lots more time to chat as we ascend the sacred mountain in the coming days. Until then, he strides out of the wagon, then leaving you with your thoughts. I like Wilfred. Does he have a little thing here? I don't see anything of his. Let's discuss the plan. Earlier, Wilfred called for a group meeting, presumably to reveal his plan in more detail. Instead, he reveals some bad news. Wait, what are you saying? What I'm saying, my boy, is that while you can indeed get yourself free out here, it can't be all of you at once. We earn our way back one by one, or not at all. But I thought... I swore that we'd go free together. We may go free together yet, but it's going to take time, and this is only the first phase. You, Hedwyn, and the others exchange glances. Let me make this plainer for you still. Here's how the coming days are going to unfold. First, we're going to ascend Mount Elodiel there to the north. You may not think this wagon fit for it, though rest assured, it's made the journey many times. Next, we'll pass through the Scribe Gates. Only the worthy pass through there, as your reader could attest, if they did not merely skim that chapter of the book. Scribe Gates. It is said the Scribe Gates and the scribes themselves keep watch over the Scribe Gates. The judgment of the scribes determines who can cross and who is sent the fast way down. Afterwards, we'll reach the Fall of Solium, one of the downside celestial landmarks. The temple at the highest point in the downside exists to honor the 8 scribes, and meet our adversaries on the rites. They are to be the Tempers, led by demon Ignarius. The Tempers, a mighty triumvirate that has been the closest rival of the Nightwings. He is the notorious demon leader of one of the most feared triumvirates in the rites. You'll know him when you see him. Both you and they shall choose someone from your respective ranks. Then, once one of the triumvirates prevails, there's somebody will be whisked home to the Commonwealth. Whisked home to the Commonwealth? Precisely. Once returned, or somebody is taken in, and clothed and fully pardoned. The Commonwealth knows about all this? The same Commonwealth that says a sentence into exile is forever, and freedom from the downside is impossible. Many of these details the scribes themselves wish to be kept secret. Former exiles and the leaders of the Commonwealth alike have good incentive to protect those secrets well. So then, that's it? We climb the mountain, someone goes back, and everyone else stays? For most of those participating in the race, yes, that's it. But I like your connotation, and indeed for us, that isn't it at all. If one of us returns, it shall be just a step along our path. However, let's let that sit for now. Gather your strength. We'll talk again on our way up. Wilfred leaves the rest of you to consider what he said. You have time now for your vocations. At dawn, you shall begin your ascent of Mount Elodiel. Mentor a companion. Who shall we mentor today? Let's mentor Jodariel, because I think I'll take it with me on the right. Very well, for there is much to learn. Your knowledge of that book is vital to us all. You sit down with Jodariel to go over some of the subtler aspects of the rites, such as the state of banishment and how to return from it. You sense she is beginning to understand. Dear Lord. My head is swimming with this talk of banishment. Enough of this for now. I have no idea where she's sitting. Whew. to Mount Elodiel. Elodiel. Here before you lies Mount Elodiel. Stretching far beyond your line of sight, somewhere upon this mountain lies the only place from which you can escape, the downside. Your companions gather round again before Volfred, who stands tall as ever. Whether from the cold air or the subject now at hand, you sense a tension in the air. Now then, you'll have many questions, no? I've done a lot of talking, so go on, ask away. You've done a lot of talking, sir. I've been talking this entire time. But there is only silence. One question stands out in your mind, which you refrain from asking yet. If only one of you is to go free at first, who shall it be? Go on now. Don't be shy. Who first? Questions? Why us? Why you indeed, madam? That I can explain. You've seen the sort you stand against as adversaries in the Rites. What is it that they want, do you suppose? They want their freedom back, of course. They'll settle for it on the Commonwealth's own terms. They'll gain their freedom and some cushy new responsibilities. Perhaps then they'll have a hand in sending still more exiles here to join us. Think on it. The Commonwealth rose from the ashes of a fallen empire thanks to the efforts of the first exiles who escaped this place via the Rites. It is the Commonwealth's first and proudest tradition to honor those ones who live to redeem their transgressions. They have a certain wisdom, do they not? But as for you, I have been looking for a certain set of dispositions for a good length of time. All I needed was for somebody appropriate to show up and to listen. So I planted many little eyes and ears throughout this land, whispering hints of this, absurd as it may sound. Took someone with a certain faith and creativity to go forth. That someone proved to be Hedwin over there. He was tasked with seeking 2 trustworthy allies, an old buried wagon and a reader. He was invited to bring others for the ride, all different sorts. Gather enough help, and he and his friends could be free. Long story, but you know much of the rest. So then why you? Because I have reason to believe you're not the sort to play right back into the Commonwealth's old hand. The rights of you as seen are quite exclusive. You are imposters in this little party. You could be the ones to break it up. Now then, more questions. Your head is beginning to spin. You excuse yourself or keep listening. Oh, you can excuse yourself. I want to listen. This is important. Your fellow exiles' freedom seems to hinge on Volfred's plan. You ought to consider his every word. Volfred's explanations are a lot to take in, though you feel compelled to absorb as much of what he is willing to tell you at this point. He prompts for further questions when Jadario raises her voice again. Hold. You mistook my meaning. I understand your plan. Still, I wish to know, why us? Why are we, among all others, chosen for this liberation rite? On a blooded moon at the fall of Solium, an exile from the prevailing triumvirate shall go free. The anointed champion then shall plunge into the shimmer pool and return in glory, the Book of Rites. Ah, I see. Well, that is simple, really, madam. You are chosen. You are qualified, I should say, because as the expression goes, 'tis what the scribes ordain. Though in this case, the expression is quite literally true. When the 8 created the rites, each one of them anointed certain other exiles to participate on their behalf. Exiles who showed some promise of redemption. The triumvirates they formed have stood the test of time, replenishing their numbers as their individuals moved on or passed on. You've met them as they are today. The accusers. A vindictive triumvirate that can... Have I met the accusers that conducted many liberation rites in the past but seldom prevailed, led by the nomad Lendl the Liar? I don't think I met him. The accusers, the withdrawn, and so on. The 8 scribes also formed a special group against which all the others would be judged. That group they call the Nightwings. You bear their books, wear their masks and raiments. You need but show up to the rites, you see. The others erstwhile jockey for position, for a chance to take you on. Yeah, well, what if we don't? What if we don't show up? Then you would deny yourselves a chance at freedom, and deny it also to your adversaries. Victory means nothing in a common right, then. Participation is all that matters. Not so, madam. Only the enlightened may regain their freedom. While failure can be an excellent teacher, the scribes do favor the victor. So you see, those who do not conduct the rites, or do not prevail in them sufficiently, They may find themselves barred from the liberation rites, but these are technicalities. The Nightwings disbanded years ago. Since then, no one has gone free. Yet, still the other triumvirates pressed on, with fleeting hope that one day you'd be back.
Pretere magretas.
It's been a heavy price to pay in all of this. Now, if you'll excuse me, we'll talk again some other time. Some murmur to themselves about all this as Wolfred takes his leave. Others reconnoiter pathways leading up the mountain and present you with some options. Emperor's Ascent or Emperor's Fall. Who needs blessings? We need shinings from Pamitha, from Emperor's Fall, a pathway on the outskirts of Mount Elodiel's nameless lowest summits. That or we find nothing and we get sadness. But nothing ventured, nothing gained. You joined Pamitha on a brief expedition to finding anything of value dropped by those who tried to scale the mountain but did not succeed. Wait, I shall be joining you. What? Now I get 2 chaperones. But sure, I'm game. Whatever you wingless are into. Be silent, little bird, and fetch those trinkets and be done. My, so full of bitterness. You really ought to make the most of these last precious moments that we share. And you ought not to mince your words. Oh, please. We all know you're going to be the first one out of here, so why not quit your constant frowning for a change? I, the first one out of here. Of course! It's plain the others pity you. You've been here longer than the rest of us by far. Besides, maybe that Wolfred, though he seems plenty happy here, making his speeches. How dare you? How dare you to presume? Nothing is decided as of yet. What's happening, Klaus? Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Though if by some coincidence you do end up selected for the honor, I just want you to know something. I truly, from the bottom of my heart, do hope we shall prevail on your behalf. Because that way, you shall be free. Of me, at least. And I, in turn, shan't have to suffer any longer your hideous attitude toward me and everything. At that you intervene. Jodorio's eyes burn with fury, but then she calms herself. I shall see you at the wagon, reader. Also, hold on. My bird has decided it's time to commit crimes. Pamitha scoffs as Jodariel storms off. I swear that one. Well, moving on. There's something sparkling down there. Be right back. She swoops out of sight, leaving you alone there on the mountain. Pamitha soon returns with something that lay long forgotten in the rocks below. You found a star splinter. You sense its power. Preparing to fling the orb, the barrier's charge up speed increases. Okay. A fleck of shaped rock fallen from the heavens. Its very shape tempts you to give it a good toss. Okay, I'm gonna give that one a try. Let's go for Sir Gilman to the temple cistern to gaze upon the waters. At long last! The Wyrm surges towards the waters of the cistern. You decide to join him for a brief excursion there after another hard day's ride. You find him in a shallow pool, appearing very much contented. This night, he thought he may never again feel fresh water's cool caress against his scales. He sighs, splashing about from time to time. Then he turns his attention over to you. You, Master Reader, are most kind to take with you this wayward knight. He swears to prove himself to you and to the rest. He knows that soon now someone may go free. He knows the choice of whom may weigh upon you heavily indeed. For it is you who ought to make the choice, is that not so? This night, he heard it from the others, so it must be true. Now listen, please, upon what little honor this knight has. This knight's penance isn't yet complete. There's much atoning to be done. So when rises the occasion to decide who ought go free, this knight wants you to know something. Please do not choose him, not even if you wish, and not even if you can. He begs of you, allow this knight that simple dignity. With that, Sir Gilman sinks into the waters. His tail waves to you to leave him be for now. Sir Gilman does not believe that he deserves his freedom yet. Consider his wish. Wow. You and your companions gather at Scribe's Gate, where the single narrow trail to the summit narrows even more and falls under an archway of carved stone. Come along now, everyone, and be prepared to speak your mind when you are called. Frankly, most of you still lack enlightenment, but we may pass together, much how we act as with a single heart and mind during the rites. Well then, lead onward, Tariq. Please follow me. Removing his hat, the lone minstrel approaches the gate. You and all the others follow. When the last of your companions nears the arch, you notice someone standing high above, who then appears before you. She eyes the lone minstrel first. Is that you, Tariq? It is. Greetings, Celeste. Celeste, the gate guardian. She watches over Scribe's Gate and seems to be connected to the lone minstrel and the rites. And how was your rest? Too long, Celeste. It seems your work has piled up in the meantime. You bring this many to the gate. Aye. Then, let us make this quick. She gestures toward the rest of you. Now each of you, in turn, state who you are and what you seek whilst crossing Scribe's Gate. Do as she says, please, without questioning. Your fellow exiles exchange glances, but quickly comply. I'll start. They called me Headwind the Deserter. I've come here seeking freedom for myself and my companions. In my case, so I can return to be with one whom I love. The woman bids him forward. The lone minstrel prompts Ruki to speak up next. I am regarded by the name of Ruki Greentail. I just want to get out of here, I guess. With my chums, preferably. Go see Mama back home. I'm Captain Jodariel. I do not truly know as yet what I am seeking here. Oh, my name is Ray, and I am here, I think, because the scribes have called to me. It must be them, because if not, then who? Tiza seeks to live up to the Nightwing's legacy and maybe see the Commonwealth someday. Sir Gilman of the Sea Dominion at your service. This knight is on a quest to find his honor. He lost it at a certain point. Pamitha Thane. I'm only here because my sister's here. Then, as Volfred steps forward, the one called Celeste raises her voice. You. I recognize you from the Nightwings of the past. You are not clad in the raiments any longer. I would know why. I had my chance already. The Nightwings that now stand before you, I travel with them as a pilgrim now. I see. Then state why you are here, as have the others. My name is Volfred Sandalwood. I seek liberty for each of us so that one day we all might stand shoulder to shoulder on the other side and bring our freedom to the people there. She waves him by. Then she turns to you, for there is no one left to go. Who are you? A crippled scholar? When they learned you knew the old ways, they came for you, and you could not run far. Your youth is gone, but your thirst for knowledge earned you a trip to the downside nonetheless. Your years of strife between the Commonwealth and the High Wing remnants afflicted you since birth. You do not know who you are. You cannot for the life of you recall a time before arriving in the downside. Details of the Commonwealth are scarce within your mind. Perhaps you wanted to forget the place. The one called Celeste continues to examine you, expecting you to add to your response. I want to help my friends. The companions you have met here, who have helped you to survive and to find kinship in the downside, your priority is to ensure that they achieve their goals. That is all you wish for now. The woman regards you for a time, then nods once, and waves all of you by. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome here. Go forth with glory. And Tariq? Aye, Celeste? Be on your way as well. The lone minstrel bows his head and puts his hat back. He does not look back at her. From the top of Mount Elodial, you can see the distant downside before you. You think on the many thousand leagues you cross to reach this point as the sky grows dim. Jodariel. Jodariel appears to be prepared for whatever is to come this night. Though it is not yet dark, she is already in her raiments. Hedwyn soon joins her, also looking ready. Any sign of Ruki? None as yet. Complained about it chafing at the collar of his mask. A freedom might be hinging on that collar then. I am certain that it is. They share a laugh together. The three of you exchange glances, but nothing is said or needs to be said. Soon, if Ulfrid is to be believed, one of your companions may regain his or her freedom. Hey, what'd I miss? Am I late? Is it starting? Is it starting yet? Easy, Ruki. We got a little time. It isn't starting yet. How fare your struggles with your mask, Greentail? Feeling a lot better, thanks. Just had to smash it repeatedly against a wall for a little bit. Put some of the old nerves to bed there for good measure. Though, this is really happening, huh? One of us might be getting out of here. Like, soon. By dawn, in fact, if all goes well. If all goes well? That's one way to look at it, I guess. What are you getting at, Greentail? Well, it's just... We might be breaking up the band here, people. If one of us gets out, that's been bugging me a while now. I thought we were all getting out of here at once. He shoots a look at you. Some of us. We might not be getting out of here at all. Hedwyn slams his fist against the wall. No, not if I can help it. We made a promise to each other, each of us, the four of us. We're all getting out of here. I care about the others too, I do, but we've been here from the start. I want you to know, my promise is to you, and I believe you'll do the same for me. So it's like this. If any one of us gets out, great, but it's just a start. We're going to do whatever it takes there on the other side to make it so the rest of us can get back too. What, you think they're gonna build a bridge down here if we have some nice or something? I don't know what it's going to take, I just know we have to try. Jodariel turns to you. Reader, we shall find a way. She nods to reassure you and to reassure herself. Ruki nods his head in turn, and Hedwyn's gaze never once falters. Well, my friends, I think it's just about time. Let's go. One by one, they turn towards the door. The fall of Solium awaits, a vital step on your quest for freedom. Yet you feel in your heart that it shall only be the first. Your three companions each gain plus hope for the liberation rite. Steel yourself in turn. The mercy shown in the words of Gol Galathanian, the Master General. The imp Halb and I, we helped to save my emperor. And when the danger did subside, my emperor Solium Mur, he said something to me which shook me to the essence of my being. He said, "You gave your freedom, Master Golathanian, so that I may yet have mine. You too now are an exile of the downside. In all the days which I have left, I could never repay the mercy you have shown me. So if I cannot do so in this life, then I shall do it in the next." We crossed the land together, and together with the imp, we gained the company of those who saw in him what I did. Let's talk to Sandra. Let me ask you something, lovely reader. Have you any idea for how long I have been imprisoned here? Let's guess 1,000 years. You guess that Sandra could have been in her current state of exile since well before the dawn of the current age. At first, she shows no indication that she even heard you. Close. Soon enough, I shall be getting there. I have been imprisoned thus for 837 years. According to my count, at least. It is possible I have lost track, although, given my state, I can assure you that I have had ample time to verify my arithmetic. She goes silent for a time. Let me give you some advice. If you decide to kill the Emperor, make sure you achieve what you set out to do. I expected my own death regardless of the outcome of my task. I was not expecting this. Certainly not to be telling you about it 837 years later, or however long it has been. Although, enough of that for now. Let us get back to our business. You know where to find me. River frost, so cold it can burn the skin but keeps the wagon cool and food fresh longer. It keeps safe from Sclorian shore. I like that we just slowly add things to our wagon.